Hello everyone, and welcome back to another baby shower video. Right here I have the finished product of that Pinterest inspired idea that I found. This is a diaper wreath, and as you can see I have the nameplate there in the center. I will be giving you a closer look, but I wanted to give you an overall view of it laying down flat so you could really see everything. Please let me know if you like this more overhead view. This is a lot higher than it's going to be in the next couple of videos, or in my future videos I should say. And that's only because the diaper wreath is so large and I wanted to get as much of it, if not all, into the frame. But I will be lowering this down for future card videos and other such projects. So please let me know if you like this view where it's a little more overhead than it is at an angle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause this right here, and I'm going to come back and we're going to take a much closer look at this diaper wreath. Okay, and we're back. So this diaper wreath was, once I got it worked out, simple to do. It was just a matter of finding the right method to this madness. My plan didn't work out at all. This is probably, I don't know, a 3, maybe 5 hour project, give or take. I don't know exactly. I managed to do it in a span of several days. I rolled all of the diapers. So if you saw my Facebook post on Crafty Creations by Nikki, you will have seen that I rolled 216 size 1 diapers. That's a lot. I'm going to give you a quick peek here real quick. Don't mind the mess. This is one of 2 boxes, 108 count boxes that I rolled. I barely put a dent in the other one. So I have tons left for the diaper cake that I plan to be making. But I didn't know how many I would need for either project, so better safe than sorry, right? And they're all going to my friend, so it's not like I'm out money because I can't return some diapers. These are all going to my friend, and I do have other projects at the baby shower or for the baby shower that will be going on there planned. So all the diapers will eventually either be used or just given to her, so it doesn't much matter. So for this, I rolled the diapers starting with the inside flap, or the open flap, rolled it in so that the folded part of the diaper is what's showing. I thought it would give it a much flatter surface to work on. I then just held them together with rubber bands, and then I took my ribbon and wrapped it around. So as you can see here, it's hard to see, but I have pink, brown, and then purple on top. And that was just to cover up the rubber bands. You can, from the videos that I've seen, remove the rubber bands once the ribbon's there, but my ribbon was so narrow that it literally it gave, I don't know, like 1/4 of an inch on each side of the rubber band. I mean, the rubber bands are small once you wrap them up, but there really wasn't enough room to get under there and snap, to snip the ribbons, or excuse me, the rubber bands. But I also was a little worried that the ribbon themselves would not hold the diapers closed. So I went ahead and left them on there. Now, like I said, this took me several days because the plan that I was working on had fallen through. And then I busted my tripod, so I really didn't have any way of filming this. So I went ahead and got it all done. I had to look up to see exactly how to attach the diapers. My plan was just to take a very large needle, stick it through, and tie them down. But unfortunately, the ribbon wouldn't hold the diapers tight enough. They either became quite loose and would slip through, or I'd have to tie a knot on the back to then string that through. But then that made it harder to string through, not to mention it put a bump in the back, so they wouldn't exactly lay flush either. So I went with the true holds everything glue, hot glue. Now before you freak out, that is part of the reason why you put ribbon on the diapers. I just took slivers of ribbon. These are about 5 inches in length to wrap around. There's the pink and the brown. I ran out of the purple. Well, okay, here's the purple. It's not the same length, but that's purple. And I just layered them on top of each other. I held each one together with a glue dot. And then I put a small bead of hot glue on the back of the ribbon, just enough to hold the diapers down and hopefully not spread out. Again, she has tons of these diapers, so there's what? 18 diapers on here. She probably won't miss 18 diapers. But that will all depend. Babies go through diapers fast, so who knows, maybe, but I tried to do it so that the diapers were not ruined. So once I had arranged everything first, and once I had arranged it and liked the look of it, I then hot glued them all down individually. I held my hand on there for a good 5 seconds to ensure that it got adhered. And then once everything was glued on, I did lift it up and hold it upside down for a few minutes just to see if stuff would fall off. Okay. The circular device that I'm using is just a green styrofoam ring or wreath. I picked it up at my local Joann's. It turned out to be the cheapest place to get it, and green was the cheaper of the two. That and Joann's didn't have any white in the size I wanted. So even if I had gotten the white, I still had planned to wrap it in white ribbon, and I just took some ribbon from Joann's as well, and it's 2.5 inches wide, and it's just C-made white ribbon. I think it was like $6, but I had coupons, so I was able to, get like 40% off of them. And I picked up 2 because I wasn't sure if it would cover or not. And it just took 1 spool to cover this, but I thought that it would look much nicer with any gaps if white was showing through. Not to mention, it kept the styrofoam from actually getting on the diapers. So once everything was glued down, I went ahead and decided how I wanted my decorations to be featured on there. And after I had realized that I still need some way to hang this thing, I X-nayed the decorations at first and went and worked directly on the nameplate. I did just take a piece of the purple ribbon. I took my needle that I had planned for my original project, right here, really long needle, and put it through at an angle so it was dead center here but came out came out the back as opposed to the top, and just strung that through twice. So I went up and then came back down the same fashion, and left the tails inside here, and just made a loop, and then hot glued that in place so it wouldn't slip once I'd put the nameplate on. I then tied a knot at the top, again to ensure that it doesn't go up this way, or doesn't slide out as it hangs, as just an extra reinforcement. I then took the tails of the ribbon, looped them through the back, or looped them through the loop that I hot glued down onto the nameplate so it can be hung on a door or a wall later. Took my needle and again strung them through straight to the back so it was more at an angle this way. Tied a knot in the back so that it would hold the weight of the sign but it wouldn't shift. And once the sign was in the position that I wanted it, I just went ahead and tied the knots and had it hanging. Now you will see that there is a piece of purple ribbon, and that's just because this would not hang flush like you see it right now. It kept wanting to turn, and I didn't like that. I wanted everyone to see the nameplate. So I just put a little piece of ribbon behind there just to stop it from twisting around. Now, for the bottles that you see, the baby products, these are all of the baby products I'm putting on here. I had some bibs and stuff, but again, that was all planned with my original idea of basically sewing everything through. And because that didn't work out very well, I didn't exactly have any space to put the bibs, and I certainly didn't want to hot glue them down. So I just went ahead and X-nayed that, but I thought once these other things were on there, that it looked perfect just the way it was. So all I did was I took the same ribbons, I did a glue dot on each ribbon to hold it to the next ribbon, and then one to hold it to the bottle so that the bottles wouldn't slide up or down and fall out. I then hot glued those on too. I did the same thing as I did before. I put a tiny bead of hot glue on the ribbons itself to attach them to the ribbons itself. So the bottle does not have hot glue on it, so the bottle did not melt. I was a little concerned about that part. So these small bottles just got one ribbon, and this is the baby shampoo and the baby lotion. For the bigger bottles that you see, I had to do 2 ribbons because I didn't want them laying sideways. I wanted them being upright. So I put 2 ribbons on them, again, with glue dots on each ribbon and on the bottle just to make sure that nothing slides out. But I positioned the ribbons so that they would line up with the ribbon here so that I could hot glue them down. And then I just added 1 bow onto each of those to finish them off. I then took my extra ribbons that I either already had cut or just had lying around and made little bows to attach to the front of each diaper to finish them off as well. I thought about just keeping them plain or keeping them without bows, but it just didn't quite look right. And I think that this finishes it off quite nicely. So my friend now has a 18 count diaper wreath that she can either take down or not. I do have my fingers and toes and legs and just about everything crossed on the hopes that very few of the diapers have been ruined with the hot glue, but I really didn't see any other way of attaching these so that they were firm. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hang this up, and I will show you what it looks like all hung up. Okay, here it is all hung up. Now, I can't remember if I said it or not, but I did actually have this hanging up all weekend to ensure that nothing slips, nothing falls off. It will not be hung until the baby shower. I will not leave it hanging up like this until the baby shower, just because I've got 2 kids and I don't need them coming in here and touching it and pulling something off. But I wanted to make sure that it would hang up at least for like 4 or 5 hours, give or take how long the baby shower actually lasts or how long we leave it hanging up. But I figured if I left it up all weekend, then if she chooses not to take it apart, it'll be good to go. But this is what it looks like all nice and hung up. I think it's just really, really cute. Super simple. A little bit of flash, but not a lot of overpowering stuff. I think I know how to do it different next time so that it's way simpler, way easy, and it actually will only take me a matter of, a couple of hours. But I think that this turned out really, really cute, and I'm really hoping she loves it. So thank you so much for joining me, and happy crafting. Bye now.